So I've been a Shipt shopper for over the past 3 to 4 months, and it's obviously been a great experience for me. But in today's video, we're gonna be talking about it from the consumer side, actually being the person that receives the actual groceries. We're gonna be going over the real cost of Shipt and whether I feel the pros and cons allow you to actually, invest in this, because obviously people may not have the coin to do this. So I'm going to be talking about if it is a good solution for you. What is up? I'm Brandon Young, and on this channel I teach you how to make, save, and invest money. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. Now, we live in a world where the app phenomenon continues to get better and better, and with Shipt, you can get groceries delivered to your home from the convenience of your phone. But is it a good solution for some people? So we're gonna be talking about the pros and cons of it, because obviously there's a lot of pros and there's no little bit amount of cons in there. Now, the first thing is they do have two types of membership fees. So they have the annual and they have the monthly, and the monthly one is about $14 a month, and the annual one is about $99 a year. Now, obviously the $99 a year is gonna seem like the bigger one, but if you do like Shipt and you continually use it, obviously if you get the yearly one, you're gonna save a lot more money. I think you save about $69 in total if you decide to go with this route. Now, delivery is free for orders over $35, but you do have to pay a small fee for small orders and alcohol orders, so do keep that in mind. Now, one of the biggest aspects that I found about the app compared to actually going into the store are the prices are relatively different. And if you go into the store, obviously the items are usually much cheaper, but through the app you can find that items are gonna be about 15 to 50 cents more expensive. That's pretty much to cover all the processing, the delivery driver fees and all that, to make sure people get paid, etc, etc. Obviously, when it comes to this, expect to pay about $5 to $6 more than you would in the store, which obviously, depending on if you find it convenient, that's not too much money. Now, let's go over some of the major pros of using this app, and the first one is obviously gonna be convenience. If you are a mother or somebody that just has a lot on their plate, you're handling a lot of children, something of that sort, sometimes going to the grocery store can be a big hassle, especially when you have a lot of small kids. They're running all over the place, then you have to deal with long lines, then you gotta go and get that whole grocery list, and it can just be a hassle. But having this application where you can just simply put the actual groceries into a list and send it to someone, have them deal with all that, it's great. Now, the second one is a very underrated one, and it's getting to monitor your list. Now, sometimes when we go into the store, we have this thing where we go ahead, we deviate from our actual grocery list, and we actually go and get more items. We see, oh, cookies, oh, this, or you're with your kids, they're picking up stuff, they're putting it into the grocery basket. That is always a surefire way to pay more than you expected to pay. But with the Shipt app, you literally have to stay on target with the things that you want. You literally can just create your list, put it in, just leave it alone. Don't have to look at it twice, because you're not in the actual store. You're having people go ahead and get your groceries for you. So that keeps you on budget with what you actually were supposed to get. Because usually when we go into the store, we end up spending about an extra 10, 15 to 30 bucks, because we always end up getting things that we don't really actually need, but we see it and we're like, oh, let me just pick that up. Next thing is grocery deals and discounts. Now, the app does offer a large variety of discounts and deals. We'll find things on sale, so definitely take a look in the sales section through the application to find some daily deals for you. Now, another great pro to this application is the order history. Now, instead of having to physically write out a list every single time, you can pretty much backtrack, go to your order history, see what you've actually ordered before, and just press reorder. And simply, that's it. You just wait for your groceries once again, or you can go to the order history. Maybe you want to add a couple items on there. You can just basically simply start off from where you left off and continue. Now this is an underrated one, but you're actually creating more jobs. You're helping someone create money to support their family, to support their situation. So that's always great as well. Even though it's not directly correlated to the actual person ordering the groceries, you're actually helping somebody in need. You're creating a job for them. So that's always a plus. And the last and final pro is the crazy variety of stores that they're consistently adding. Now, within the last week, they've added ShopRite. ShopRite is actually a very big grocery chain as well. And as they continue to grow, they will continually add more and more stores, which is going to, in turn, create more jobs. It's gonna help people to be more open and get groceries from different retailers, making life a lot simpler for people. So that's always great as well. Now, we always gotta take the good with the bad. Now the first con we have here is the membership fees. Now obviously the membership fees, you're gonna have to pay some type of fee to have this done for you, and the $100 a year, I wouldn't say it's that bad. It's pretty standard for a lot of subscription services that you're gonna pay for, and the $14 a month as well, I don't think it's too bad, especially if you're someone who orders groceries a lot, but for some people that can be a pretty penny. Number two is the unavailable items. Now when you go into the actual app, there are plenty of times where they say there's over 40,000 items available, but when you go ahead and order them, you'll consistently have your Shipt shopper telling you, oh, this is not available, this is not available, oh, they don't have this, oh, this isn't in the right size, things of that nature. So there's a lot of times where they just don't have everything that you need on the list, and that honestly sucks. The next con we have are the higher prices. When you go and buy things through the Shipt shopper app, expect the prices to be relatively higher. It's gonna be probably between 15 to 60 cents higher. You know, this is just to cover all the fees, all that, the processing, all that type of stuff. In turn, I don't think in general it's that much more money. You're gonna expect to pay maybe an extra $4 to $5 than you would going into the store, and depending on how much items you're buying, if you're buying like an order that's worth 150 and you're paying 155, do you really notice the difference? And lastly are the wrong items and damaged items. Now this is something that doesn't really happen on a regular basis, but obviously when having someone go ahead and get your groceries, you run the risk of having them pick up the wrong item, an item that you didn't want, or you run the risk of them damaging it on the way to your home. Now, these are just small things that you have to consider, but obviously, if it's something that's consistently happening on a daily basis, is Shipt gonna be worth it to you? Now, we're putting all these pros and cons into perspective. What are your thoughts on Shipt? Do you think Shipt is worth it, and are you going to use Shipt as your grocery delivery service, or are you simply just gonna keep going into the store, going ahead, buying stuff on a daily basis, bringing it to your car and bringing it back home? Are you gonna do it? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm Brandon Young. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and go subscribe if you're new. I will see you in my next video. Peace.